Awareness is at the centre of Gestalt therapy, and a traditional way of understanding awareness is through a model called the cycle of experience. In this video, I'll explain what is the cycle of experience, how an interruption in a cycle can lead to common mental health problems, and how to conceptualise a problem using this model. What is the cycle of experience? The cycle is basically a map for how you become aware of a need, meet that need, and achieve satisfaction. Most people are stuck within a cycle, and this can cause all sorts of problems from depression, anxiety, eating disorders, addictions, and so forth. In a moment, I'm going to show you how to conceptualise a problem by using the cycle of experience. But before I do that, I'm going to map out something incredibly simple, just so you can get a feel of this model before I start going into the detail. First, each full cycle has 8 stages: sensation, recognition, mobilisation, action, contact, satisfaction, withdrawal, and the fertile void. I'm going to map out the experience of thirst. You have a dry mouth and the need for water enters your awareness. You get up and move towards a tap. You turn on the tap, fill a glass and lift the glass to your mouth. You drink the water. Your thirst is quenched. The need is met, so you move away from the activity. There is now a space for the next need to emerge. Using the cycle to conceptualise a problem. Now let's look at how the cycle of experience can be used with a counselling psychology client. Margaret is a high achiever. She's completed a PhD in economics and has a very well-paid job. She successfully completes many difficult tasks, but she's unable to gain a sense of satisfaction. She never feels good enough, and she's constantly critiquing her performance. Margaret has an interruption in her cycle of experience between contact and satisfaction. She experiences an internal pressure to rush a task and move on to the next task. She never achieves the satisfaction and withdrawal phases and never leaves a space for the void. This leaves Margaret feeling very anxious. She has difficulty sleeping and experiences critical self-talk. Each full cycle is called a Gestalt, and Margaret has many cycles going on at the same time, each taking up psychological space. So she has several work projects on the go. She's still grieving the death of her mother from 2 years ago and often thinks about the bullying she experienced at school. Now, as a therapist, it can be very helpful to identify exactly where the cycle is interrupted, as this will provide direction to the psychological therapy sessions. Let's look at some more examples of an interrupted cycle. Mark was sexually abused as a child and is disconnected from his body, so he experiences an interruption before the sensation stage. Or we can look at Maria. She has a binge eating disorder and mislabels her emotions as hunger rather than emotional need. So she experiences an interruption between sensation and recognition as she fails to correctly interpret her sensations. And Anthony is promiscuous and unable to make a real emotional connection with anyone. He experiences an interruption between action and contact. He never fully emotionally meets the women he sleeps with. An incomplete cycle or Gestalt is called unfinished business, and a great way of working with unfinished business is the empty chair technique, also known as chair work. So Margaret may imagine her deceased mother in an empty chair and talk to her, or Mark may put his sexual abuser in the chair and talk to him. Chair work enables you to engage with people in your past, present and future. You can also speak to parts of yourself. So if you have OCD, you can imagine your OCD in the empty chair and talk to it. If you have anxiety, you can put your anxiety in the empty chair and talk to it. By giving a voice to the other personal part of the self, you can develop a deeper and more empathic understanding of yourself and the issues that hold you back. This leads to a greater integration of feelings and healing at a much deeper level. It also enables you to complete a previously incomplete cycle of experience. If you'd like to see a demonstration of chair work, click on the screen to view the video, and I look forward to seeing you soon.